Guys, Julius Malema is crying. His visa to UK is denied. So
Julius Malema got denied a visa to go to the UK.
The British government just denied a visa to Julius Malema.
This is the main reason why Julius Malema was denied access to United Kingdom.
Guys, Julius Malema is crying. His visa to UK is denied. So he goes on to Twitter and he is crying. But this is tough guy. You know, he talks about killing the people. He talks about the violent uprising. He celebrates the death of the people. But then when his visa's declined, he's crying. He's like Karen, what goes onto social media to complain. He is big bitch. When Queen of England died, Julius Malema makes the Twitter post where he celebrates. When Pravin Gordhan is dying, Malema celebrates on Twitter. So he's tough guy. But then guys, why is Malema at OR Tambo food court crying outside the Spur Burger and the Steers?
Breaking news here in South Africa where Julius Malema apparently has been denied a visa to go to the UK. Well, words have consequences. You're being denied a visa, and instead of being angry that you've been mistreated, you should be grateful that they didn't let you go to the UK and then be forced to arrest you and extradite you to the United States for prosecution for threatening the life of the President of the United States.
And in other stories we're tracking for you, EFF leader Julius Malema says he was denied a visa to London. Malema made this claim on social media platform X and saying that he was meant to attend the Cambridge Africa Together conference in London.
Yo, another thing I just saw, CIC Julius Malema just posted on Instagram that they've been denied a visa to the UK. Let me just read you guys his story. So this is what CIC wrote. He said, the British authorities have denied me a visa to London for the Cambridge conference this weekend, providing no substantial justification. It is clear to me that this is an attempt to silence a dissenting political perspective. We are currently at the OR Tambo airport as we were promised that everything would be sorted by 3:30. Instead, we received a regret letter just 4 hours before our departure. This is unacceptable and spineless. Yo, I shame. Yo, I wonder if this is the aftermath of all the Trump drama, or maybe if it's just political, our South African authorities. I don't know. You guys let me know what you think is happening here. I shame.
EFF leader Julius Malema says he has been denied a visa to London, claiming it's an attack on his dissenting political perspective. Malema has taken to social media claiming British authorities provided no substantial justification for their decision. He was set to attend a conference at Cambridge University.
In a post on social media platform X, leader of the EFF, Julius Malema, said he's currently at the OR Tambo International Airport as he was promised that his visa would be sorted by 3:30 this afternoon, only to be sent a letter 4 hours before his departure, upholding the decision to deny him entry. In a statement, the party details how Malema was invited to the Cambridge University to make an address this weekend at the institution's annual Africa Together conference. The EFF says the UK is not only suppressing academic freedom by essentially banning Malema from travelling to the country, but is also making an open declaration of war against those who stand up to the British monarchy. They believe the decision by British authorities is in retaliation to condemnation by Malema of former British Prime Minister Tony.
This is the main reason why Julius Malema was denied access to United Kingdom. If you recall properly, in 2022, September, when the Queen died, Julius Malema came out publicly and he said the EFF doesn't mourn the death of the Queen because the Queen is part of the problem that Africa had. If you recall properly, even spoke of Bambata rebellions that they were killed by the England army when they were coming to take over South Africa. With Cecil John Rhodes and everything. He spoke about the Mau Mau rebellions that they were killed by the armies of UK to take over Africa. He spoke that the Queen was also part of the problem because some of the forces of African people they were unalived during her leadership. So he spoke about that, and then now he wanted to go to the Queen's place, which is England. Then he was denied access. Also, if you recall properly, there was a time where Julius Malema said, by the Queen dying, it was God's good riddance. That is why the statement of the EFF today says Julius Malema, the first thing that he was going to do to request, it was to go and see the grave of the Queen so that he can ensure that the person who enslaved the people of Africa has lost her life. And he wanted to confirm that the people of Africa, they have gotten the internal justice by the Queen's death and all those kind of things. So MKP people, stop lying. I understand in Zamukpli Zubaba and whatever, but guys, come with facts. Don't come with narratives that are wrong. By the way, guys, I've got a YouTube channel. Follow the link on my bio, subscribe and watch all the videos. Salute.
And if you saw, Julius Malema got denied a visa to go to the UK. I thought it was so fitting. I mean, the guy, they could have done a lot better than that. The chap threatened the life of President Donald Trump, you know, a leader of the free world. And he thinks that he can just get away with it. Like, he opens his mouth and talks like that here in South Africa and says whatever he wants, because obviously of the double standard that there's of our law. But it works differently when you're in a first world country. And this I've got lots of names for him, but let's just call him a red beret. He could have actually been arrested. They could have given him the visa, let him go over there, arrest him, and then extradite him to the USA and let him stand trial for his threats on the US president and presidency. So that would have been my first choice. Because I think he's not a good person. He just causes rubbish and nonsense all over, and he's not good for this country. So anyway, we'll see. Maybe they'll get him somewhere else. That's my 2 cents for today. I know this video is going to get massive uproar, and I'm going to get hate speech like you won't believe. But yeah, bring it, baby.
We want to restore the dignity of the African continent and position Africa as an equal partner in the world economy and international politics. We want Africa to be like Europe. We don't want Europe to treat Africa like it is its own subject. Africa's time is now. No one should continue with the exploitation of our minerals without our involvement. Not even China will be allowed to recolonize Africa. We are called economic freedom fighters because we want any foreign direct investment to come and invest in Africa through our own terms and to the benefits of the people of Africa. It might be a dream. Some might think it's not real. But we know we're going to achieve it. For because this dream is not just a dream but a generational mission. It's a generational mission we are not prepared to sell out. We want to restore the dignity of African people. We want to ensure that African people are equal partners in trade, in politics, in every subject that the world is debating. We want to follow in the footsteps of Nelson Mandela. Because Nelson Mandela, when he left his term as a president, he said the struggle continues. He said so because he knew that political freedom without economic freedom is incomplete. People cannot eat a cross. People want to put bread on the table. So, like many African leaders, we have committed not to betray the dreams of those who came before us. Like many African leaders, we want to unite the people of Africa to have a common agenda and common purpose. We want Africa to unite and Africa to reclaim its land and its resources. The EFF speaks about expropriation of land without compensation because We know that when the land was taken in Africa was through genocide. Why would we reward genocide? We cannot reward genocide. But we want land because land guarantees us of the sovereignty of South Africa and the African continent. We cannot claim to be Africans, yet we have nothing to show as a proof that indeed we are Africans. For because we do not even have title deeds to prove that we are the owners of the land, we have nothing to show. When you go into mines, it's multinational companies. When you go into banks, it's multinational companies. When you go into monopoly industries, it's multinational companies. We cannot even own and protect our own agricultural sector with our fertile land in Africa, because Europe and the entire developed countries use Africa and South Africa as a dumping site. Every lower grade food get to be dumped in our countries, undermining our own agriculture. When we say those things, we are called communists, we are called anarchists, we are called radicals, because we must continue to bow before a white supremacist. We're refusing that. We're refusing to bow before imperialism and colonialism. We want a total control of our own country and our own land.
Julius Malema, the leader of South Africa's Economic Freedom Fighters, EFF party, was recently denied a visa to the United Kingdom. While the specific reasons for the refusal have not been publicly confirmed, the decision has sparked varied reactions across political and public spheres. Supporters of Malema view the move as politically motivated, whereas others argue that visa decisions fall within the sovereign discretion of the UK government. The incident has prompted broader discussions about international diplomacy, freedom of movement, and political expression.